Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is your girl, Diva 411. I am your producer and host to NYC FLAVA. And today's show is a special show because I normally don't do it on Facebook. I stopped that. And basically, I have a special interview. So I want to give some shout outs before I start my music, before I start the show. Shout outs to Kid Capri and his daughter. Happy birthday to you guys. Shout outs to our interview that I'm going to have with RapStarr. It's his birthday. So I would like for everyone to chime in. Before I get into it, this music that I'm about to play is new music of his. I haven't heard it. And I will be playing mainstream as far as unsigned artists. Tune in, get your friends in, enjoy the show. We're going to have some fun.
Yo, what up? It's your man right here, DJ Billy Bronco. I'm in the building right now, NYC FLAVA. Yo, Diva, keep that New York City heat popping on them, you heard?
Yo, what's up? This is Eddie B. Swift, and you checking out Diva 411 on NYC FLAVA. You heard?
Get all your people in. Much love. Enjoy the show. I'll be sending shout outs as well. Let's get to it. This is the remix with Marky 3. Shout outs to Mr. Marky 3 himself for his new remix. And of course, he's got a new song, okay? 3 Doors Down. So you want to check that out. This is his remix. And shout out with Will Tracks. Much love, fellas.
It's the right time, Mr. R&B. Back to the way things voice all cities. Back to the way things were. Yes, sir. Oh, back to the way things were. We here, baby. To the way things were. Mark 3, Will Tracks. We back.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me restart that.
It's the right time, Mr. R&B. To the way things voice all cities. Back to the way things were. Yes, sir. Oh, back to the way things were. We here, baby. To the way things were. Mark 3, Will Tracks. We back. Remix. Let's go. I just want to get back to the way things were. Oh yeah, yeah. I just want to get back to the way things were. Oh yeah, party jumping, everybody having fun. DJ playing the music that we all love. Ladies looking fine, dancing on the floor. We just having fun till we see the sun. I just want to get back to the way things were. Really dance the night away. Enjoy life like we used to. I just want to get back to the way things were. Really used to be. Oh yeah. Feel the good vibes up in this place tonight. You can barely move 'cause the place is tight. Sweat dripping all over the new outfits. That's when you know the party is the shit. Ladies don't have problems dancing with you all night. Especially when the drinks got me feeling right. That music on 110. We gon' party all the way to the end. I just want to get back to the way things were. Really dance the night away. Enjoy life like we used to. I just want to get back to the way things were. Really used to be. Oh yeah. Come on. I'm Mr. Arcade, good game of space, turning the pump on, hitting out bump on. I miss the ball jams, man, I miss it all. This time I get it back, like where's the fun at? I miss the big reunions, I miss the good clubs, I miss those big parties. I'm like, where's the love? But me and Marky 3, We gon' set the tone. I miss those little sounds. It's time to bring it home. Frenzy. I just want to get back to the way things were. Oh, like the way it used to be. Your life just you and me. I just want to get back to the way things were. We don't need to fuck and fight. Let's have it fun on through the night. I just want to get back to the way things were. Living the days in the night way. That's all what we will stay. I just want to get back to the way things were. We used to be. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hey.
Shout outs to Marky 3 and featuring Will Trax, the voice of the city. Yes, on that remix for Let's Get Back. So as you can see, I already have him on the screen because I decided to put him on early. I did start a few minutes late. Happy birthday to you, sir. How you doing today?
Thank you. I'm wonderful. Thank you so much.
Great. So of course, I'm gonna play one more track. That happens to be, I don't know if you ever got to, hear music, but he's also an artist and he also does, interviews as well. So, like I'm the type of person that I like to give everyone an opportunity, and on NYC Flavor, that's what we do here. So we basically give people the opportunity. For the viewers that are watching, you want to be able to get people involved. That's fine. That's cool. It's okay. Tag whoever you like. This is a family, friendly show. We're here to basically, open up on a new release for Mr. RapStarr right here himself. It is his birthday today. So let's clap on that. Hey, happy birthday to you. Go ahead now. Because, we got to be appreciative to be able to see another day. You know what I mean? Life is too short. So we got to be able to at least appreciate every single day that comes to us. When the Lord basically grants us a day, we got to be able to thank him, for those that actually, follow through with, with my dear father. But of course, that's how I am. That's how Diva does. Okay, so let's get back into another track. I'm gonna play another track for one of the other artists that I happen to actually I like him. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's a rap artist himself, and he happens to be the son of DJ SNS. So this is SNS Gang. Okay, and it's titled Bread Up. Hey. Back again. Get your drinks on. Get whatever people like to be able to sip, drink, smoke, whatever. I don't care because you're not up on my camera, so it's all right. It's good here. We're about to party in a little bit. We just getting started. Hey.
Never hit the stage in front of the pack house. Shorty, you wanna do me in this trap house? Feel like killer can when I play with back out. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. She ain't messing with niggas. Tell them nigga boy I'm on the money run. She gon' let me hit and get my brother some. Nigga had these hoes, I don't want none of them. They come for money, but they ain't about making money come. Tell them love me now before they all love me. They ain't stand up guys, them niggas all funny. I'm trying to stack long money, I'm on the paper chase. Gorillas with me rockin' baiting, they looking like 88. In my own lane, leave me alone. The bad guy like Scarface, raising Ramon on amps and Broadway. With blacks and all gays, with cracks and strong haze, with cracks and always. Up in the building, I got it, you copping, I'm pitching, I'm putting the business. Insane kick game, lovely. So cool, so fresh, like Kelly. I remember when we had the packs out. Never hit the stage in front of the pack house. Shorty, you wanna do me in this trap house? Feel like killer can when I play with back out. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. She feeling lessons, we the niggas with our bread up. Shorty, you wanna do me watching Pega fall. Probably cause you know we're young and paid full. Been poppin' since a young and spittin', never heard of you. All the kids, sour got me smacked like a murder mode. I'm team, you know what we do, so ain't no acting out. We gon' bring them ratchets out, and fair is how we trapping out. Nothing super, let's talk about around town. Haters talk a lot, never around to be found. And I got the whole Harlem with me. I like the floor, my Dougie slicker than Ricky. It's the cat. I remember when we had the packs out. Now I hit the station from the pack house. Shorty, you wanna do me in this trap house? Feel like Killer Cam, we up blow a back house. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. She fell in love since we the niggas that I ran up. I remember when we had the packs out. Now I hit the station from the pack house. Shorty, you wanna do me in this trap house? Feel like Killer Cam, we up blow a back out. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. I'ma hit the Dougie with my leg up. She feeling nuts since we the niggas that I ran up.
Yes. Little SNS. Shout out to SNS, Icy Gang for that track titled Bread Up. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna get started. It's going on 6:15, so let's get started. I just excited. I want to get this interview in already. Like I got so many questions, and I'm sure you probably might, have a couple of things to say too. So
Of course.
yeah. So let's start off with for all the viewers that they're not aware, this is RapStarr. And RapStarr, can you tell the people exactly where you from, where you hail from?
Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh, PA, East Coast. That's where I'm at right now.
Great. And how's the family, everybody doing over there?
Family's okay. I had a few tragedies. I had a tragedy real close. About a few weeks ago, my stepson, my wife's son, passed away.
I'm really sincerely, I'm saying, sending my condolences to you and your family, because we're in a time now, that it's hectic, because we're losing so many people, we're losing so many family members and friends. So my deepest condolences to your family. Truly, because we can't afford to keep losing any more people. We have to be able to take care of ourselves. So we got to cherish our family and our friends and so forth,
Yeah,
So,
it's like dropping. It's like crazy, because it's like you watch media all the time. We see celebrities dropping like crazy, and we just think it's in the industry, but it hits even more when it's like personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, because how there's a lot of people that basically that have celebrities that they love and they lose out, they're gonna go in crazy. But when it happens to be your own, it does happen to affect a lot more. Yeah, you're promoting it, so forth and so forth, passed away, and it could be someone that you love and everything. But then when it hits home, it's a little bit different. It's a lot harder. So my heart goes out to you and your family for that. Sincerely, because I'm a wholeheartedly person, so it's hard to lose people, man. It really is. It's crazy. So I want to ask you, how long have you been? What type of artist you consider yourself first? Because every artist, they have a way of considering self with different styles and different types of genres and stuff like that. So what type of artist you consider yourself?
East Coast, 90s style. Boom bap, hip hop artist. I'm hip hop, first and foremost. There's other rappers who would consider themselves rappers. I consider myself a hip hop artist. And it just sounds good on paper, rather than saying, RapStarr, here's RapStarr, the RapStarr, just say, hip hop artist, RapStarr,
Well, we're going to get to that, because, I'm going to ask you that, but basically you stated that you were to old school hip hop, you're more of a 90s type of artist. So does that mean that you're just like straight hardcore hip hop, or you just, a lyricist, or because, there's, like I said, there's different types of artists. So I'm just trying to get at more or less what type of artist you are.
Everything that you like, everything that people like or love about the 90s from the early 2000s is everything that I am right now. I am a lyricist, East Coast, but I also do a little bit of reggaeton, and I also been dibbling and dabbling into Chicano rap. I love Chicano rap like so much. Like my biggest person that I follow is Mr. Criminal, Chino Grande, Capone E, Little Rob. I grew up, listening to, even though I'm East Coast and I'm East Coast to the fullest, every time, I listen to somebody from the West Side, it's always on the brown side, So I love Chicano rap. I love reggaeton, Don Omar, Tego Guardian, So there's a few records that I have that hip hop, like real hip hop. Everybody knows I'm like real hip hop, so I don't really do too much of the trap stuff. I damn
Right.
sure don't do
Right.
mumble rap. I don't condone anything of the new wave of music because I think it lost its way as far as the actual hip hop. And then the further you get away from hip hop is the further away you get away from the roots. So, you know, um, I tell people all the time, I said, I'm the hip hop artist that will let you know, oh yeah, hip hop started in the Bronx. Shout out to DJ Kool Herc. You ask probably a new artist today, and he probably won't even know the 5 elements of hip hop or who the heck DJ Kool Herc is. So, that being said, within my music, I'm a lyricist. I try to outdo myself lyrically on a daily basis on each song. I try to, lyrically outdo myself. I don't like to try to compare myself to anybody else. As far as lyrics is concerned, because then I think I'm pigeonholing myself because I'm trying to live up to somebody else's expectations rather than, smashing my own glass ceilings. So every
Right.
time I hear like one of my records that I put out like today, my song Power to My People just released on all social media, all music
Right.
media right now. But I got other stuff that are coming out sooner that I think is going to even push the envelope on that one. And that's a great song. Power to the People is a great song. So,
Well, to be honest with you, I'm going to be real with you. I only got to hear like maybe 20, 30 seconds of it. At the
mhm.
time, I was like going through so much and I was busy and it was last minute. But I said, you know what? I think it's best that I could hear it with the people,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
live with everybody else. You know what I mean? Get everybody else's take as well as, as far as your track. But before we get into that, because we're not nowhere near that, my question is, you said you mentioned that you like reggaeton, you've done a little bit, here and there. Have you worked with any artists more or less that, in that genre as far as like, on collaborations with any of the artists as well? Or I wouldn't say mainstream or any basically, because I could tell you have a diversity.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yes,
I could tell
yes.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
just recently I have worked with a West Coast artist, a West Coast hip hop artist by the name of King Peter Hustler. And we have a few tracks that you can look up on iTunes, Spotify, all on his albums. I've been on 3 of his records. We got a song, our first song that we did was called Hangondo.
Mm-hmm.
And it was by King Peter Hustler, the original Fire Mexican, and me. And it was just a track, it was a fun track, the King Peter Hustler, he rapped all in Spanish. The original Fire Mexican, he rapped all in English, and then I came on the last verse rapping Spanglish, so I had a little bit of that feel to it. We also did a record called Latin Love, and the last record that we put out was called OGs. So yeah, that's the most recent artist that I've worked with. Another artist that I worked with is Lily the Goddess, who she's a Boricua from Florida, and we got
Nice.
one record. Yeah, we got one record together called '90s Baby, and she's singing on the hook, and it's an amazing. I think I sent that to you, so we're gonna listen to it later.
But let me
But it's
ask
an
you, is she
amazing.
I don't mean to cut you off, but is she a
Oh yeah,
rapper
go ahead.
or is she a singer?
I think she do a little bit of both, but I think she's more R&B artist,
Okay.
but she can do other things. She's talented, real talented. She been doing stuff like promoting her own fingernail lines, like you the press-ons and everything. She do that. She came out with a music video that was like a short film and
Right.
everything. So she also is singing. She also sung the intro of my EP that's coming out. That's entitled '90s Baby. That's going to be released out on a later date. So as far as right now, those are the only two artists that I actually have worked with.
Okay. So, oh, he got cut off. I hope he could get back on the live. It was right in the middle. Folks, don't go nowhere because, it seems like, we're trying to get distracted, but this ain't going to end because I still got more questions for him. And salute to him as well because it's also his birthday today. So those that are on the live that would be kind enough, I mean, I would just honestly say as the host, Miss Diva here, basically tell him happy birthday, because, these guys, they don't get honestly, they don't get the opportunity, to be able to see another day. And we got to cherish, what I'm saying, all our people. We have to be able to, appreciate them. And at least I know that he seems like a good guy. So I'm sure it's only right to at least wish the guy happy birthday. Welcome back. I don't know what happened
So,
there.
sorry about that. Somebody called me. So I'm
It's
sorry
cool.
about
It's
that.
cool. But so
But
yeah, so you said that you work with the reggaeton artist and the female as well, right? What's her name by
yeah.
any chance?
Oh, which one? Which artist?
The artist that you said that she's worked with you as far as with the track that you did as
Oh yeah,
well.
yeah. Her name is Lily the Goddess. She's
Lily the
based out
Goddess.
in yeah, she's based out in Florida. She's mad cool, mad cool. That's actually the only artist that I have worked with recently. I worked with a little artist like back in the day, but
Right.
since I'm on this platform and I'm legit now, these are the first two artists that I actually have had a pleasure of actually doing, music with. So I'm trying to hit different markets. I'm East Coast. I'm East Coast to the fullest. I'm hip hop, but I also want to do reggaeton. I love Chicano rap, so I want to go connect with some Mexican rappers. I'm also
That sounds good.
I'm trying to connect with even indigenous hip hop. I got a record that's actually coming out soon, very soon, called Indigenous Nation, and it's an anthem dedicated to the indigenous population of the Americas, North, South, Central, and the Caribbean. There's not a lot of artists that's actually dedicating their music to the people that's doing it. So I just want to give them
Especially
that.
to those that are supporting you too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Especially for those
yeah,
that are supporting you.
yeah,
Because
yeah. Because
sometimes, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, you seem like a very humble dude, and I appreciate that because it's just too many artists that even though they're, they may not be mainstream just yet, and you see how I said yet, but I'm just saying, when they basically at that point where just unsigned artists, they have to be able to at least have that humbleness about them because in this industry, you get checked way about that. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And I've been watching the industry for so long. Like that's how I know how to like try to work myself away, like work myself around the industry. What I used to do is, how me and you are talking right now.
yeah.
I would watch interviews with like 50 Cent and Angie Martinez, and I would see how, them two, how they interact. And, one of my homies called me about a few weeks ago, and he was asking me, well, since you in the business, how you do this, how you do that. And I tell him, I said, watch your favorite music artists, not just musically, but watch the different businesses, ventures that they have, or when they go out and they speak on interviews, see how they interact with the people and see how they um introduce new product or a new line to the people who is actually watching it. So when I was growing up, before we had these podcasts, I was listening to radio interviews from like Hot 97 on mixtapes, on bootleg mixtapes. We had also
Who
the
was your
internet
favorite mixtapes?
G Unit Radio.
I knew
G
it.
Unit
I knew it.
Radio is my say. Oh my, whoop, man.
Yeah, they
Oh
used
man,
to go in. They definitely was going in.
the G Unit mixtapes is they're actually like how that actually got me into writing like in a song
Right.
form. So what I would do is my father, he got me into hip hop. Shout out to Leonard Hall. My father, he got me into hip hop. And what we do is we would go down, down the little boulevard to like the corner store, the bodega, or the African man, selling the $5 CDs. And I would have the G Unit mixtapes, or I would buy the instrumentals. And you know, being that I would listen to these songs over and over, it broke down the song format. Like, okay, you have the chorus structure right here that's like 4 bars, and then that repeats, and it has to be catchy. Or you would have, you know, your verses, which consist of 16 bars, sometimes 16, sometimes 18, sometimes 20. Then you got the breakdown point. Then you got, you know, bridges and everything. So that being said, like the G Unit, the whole G Unit movement, 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, Young Buck, even the add-ons like Olivia Game and everything, they all helped me shape the artist that I am, especially other artists. Like Eminem is the reason why I started rap. 50 Cent G Unit is the reason why I got serious. Um, I had the pleasure of meeting DMX 2 years ago, another big influence of mine.
May
Before
God
he
rest his
died.
soul.
Yeah, it was deep. My one of my homies, he's connected with Murder Inc. And DMX came through my city. I didn't even know, because I'm not even in the music circuit to even know that. Like, all I just do is go to work and come home and work on music. That's all I do.
Right,
And he hit
right.
me up and he was like, "Hey, I need you to slide through the hood real quick." And I was like, "What's
So,
up?"
you
He
know, it's
said,
funny because I don't mean to cut you off because, you know, I got more questions for you.
"Of
We're not
course,
done. We're going in deep. We're going to go in
oh,
deep because that's how I
let's
do.
do
All
it.
right. All
Let's do
right.
it."
So I have another question because obviously, I mean, you already named more or less what your inspiration came from was from the G Unit. So I'm not even going to ask you, but just to make sure, because I have to ask, who were
Mhm.
basically the main 5 influencers in your life ever that made you feel the need to get into hip hop?
M50/G Unit. You could just put them all in the same category.
I mean, they
LL
really
Cool J.
fall under 50, to be honest with you, if you want to be
Yeah,
technical,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah, 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 yeah. So it's M50, LL Cool J, DMX, Little Kim.
Okay. Oh, little Kim. Hey, you got a sister up in there. That's what's up. I like that. Because, you
I'm
know, a
a
lot of
big.
fellas,
You know what? That's funny because I mentioned that before. There's not a lot of fellas out there who would admit that they are influenced by a female MC. The only one that
thank
I
you.
really know of is Nas, and he already expressed his love for Roxanne Shante. But
And that's
Little
a
Kim
beautiful
growing up,
thing. That's
it
a
is,
beautiful thing because
it is.
I hate to say it, you know, I've done interviews, I've spoken with so many people, peers and all, you know, and even when it comes to this music industry, especially when it comes to hip hop, because I'm a hip hop lover to the core.
Right.
But every time I speak to a person, an individual, and I always ask them, who is your favorite? Can you name me your favorite? And if it's a guy, I don't know why, but it never fails. Look, another guy that I happen to know, Ademo, MC Light. So I'm saying, see, I like to see
Love it.
that artists that are interested, not just only because, you know, it's rap and it's hip hop, that could acknowledge these queens that are also in the hip hop industry too. They made a way for a lot of these females. They made a way for a lot of these MCs and rappers too. You know, so they shouldn't be forgotten just as much as, you know, like Jay-Z and LL, you know, and all the ones that basically open doors for all the, you know, hip hop artist industry right now. But my next question to you is, when did you really start it? I mean, are you a writer? Because, you know, some people that basically, some people write and some people just don't write and they just basically come off the top of their head and
No,
basically come up
I'm
with
a
music. So I just like to know, when did you really start in your life period, from the very, very start? When did you start? Like, how long ago with this with your music?
I want to say I started when I was 9, but I didn't start really actually getting serious into it until I was like 11 or 12, around that time. So, what got me interested was, I would be with my grandmother mostly. I was raised around a whole bunch of older people all my life. I'm 31. That's why I have an old soul. That's why I am the way I am, because I've been around older people.
Salute to
So
you,
when I
Mr.
was,
Bowles. I'm sorry about that.
what'd you say?
No, I was saluting Mr. David
Oh
Bowles.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
So
I'm like, I would be around my grandmother, and I would watch, I would go to her senior citizen, place that she would go to conjugate with other, elderly people. And I would be in the break room, and I would watch, things like TRL, and I would see like Eminem on Carson Daly show and everything, and I would see what was it, the D12 Blue and Yellow Purple Pills music video.
Oh my
And ever
goodness.
since I've, watched that, I started bugging out, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. Actually, the first record that I bought for myself was the 8 Mile soundtrack. This is how young I am. Back in 2002, 2003, I bought the 8 Mile soundtrack, and the 8 Mile movie was like something that I gravitated towards. While I'm sitting in the back of the school bus going to school, I'm writing rhymes. While I'm at the lunch table, with my friends, I'm going out and I'm battling people at the lunch table. We at the lockers, we banging, banging beats on the lockers, making beats with the pencils and everything.
Yeah, that's how it
This is,
was. Back in the
that's how it
days, that's how
was.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so I say that me writing, I am a writer. I write all the time. Matter of fact, I got my own writer's license through BMI. I also got my own publishing company through BMI. So I can publish my own music, and when I put out my music, I not only get paid as a writer, but also as a publisher.
So let me ask you something. Your very, very first track, actual track, when was that? And what was the name of it?
I want to say it was called RapStarr, and I want to say this had to be like I was in 7th grade, and what I did was I wrote the song, and how I recorded was like I had my great grandmother and her daughter. They lived in the same house together, so it was my great grandmother and my nana on my mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
And my nana, she was a music lover. Like it'd be like 3, 4 in the morning, and she would like play like oldies but goodies, blasting in the wee hours of the night. And so did my grandmother. So my nana, she had a boombox. My great grandmother had one of those, triangle tape cassette recorders, and I would go
Oh, you
down to
talking about
Radio
the
Shack.
8-track? You talking
Not
about?
the
I know you're
8-track.
not talking about 8-tracks.
No,
That's going way back.
No, that's way before my time. That's way before my
Right.
time. But we had it was like a little tape cassette player that you could, play tapes on and record on. We got it at Radio Shack. She
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
radio.
yeah. No,
So
they still
I
have
would
them
go.
out there. They still have them out
Yeah,
there.
it's the one when you get the 2 fingers, you press play and record at the same time, and that's how you record. So when I would do that, I would go down to the record store in the bodegas, and I would go and I would buy like the G-Unit instrumentals, Dr. Dre instrumentals, Tupac, Biggie instrumentals, Eminem instrumentals, just instrumentals, period. And I would play it on the boombox and record that while I have press play and record on the tape, and I would record myself while the tape was picking up the sounds from the instrumental and me. And the instrumental that I chose to that was the remix of Big Papa, the Big Papa remix by Biggie Smalls.
Wow.
And that was a song that I made. I barely even remember it. I think it was like RapStarr. Do you really want to be a rap star? Do you really want to know who you are? Up to the top, I'm climbing high. I want to be one of the greatest MCs up in the sky. RapStarr. Do you really want to be a rap star? Do you really want to know who you are? That's the only thing I remember from that is the hook.
So let me ask you, is that the reason why you came up with this name, RapStarr?
No, my father gave me that.
Okay.
My father gave me that. And I had other names, and I was trying to find my way. Like I had a name like Little Desperado.
Don't mind me to laugh because I actually know somebody by that name, Little Desperado. So, and anybody that thinks of it is just like, like a movie or something.
I was going hard on that name, that Little Desperado. I was going hard on that name. I liked that name. And then I had others, like I had KCK, and it didn't really work out for me. But my father, he goes and he sat me down, and he was seeing like the passion that I had, and he was telling me, you know what, I'm gonna name you RapStarr, RapStarr, with 2 R's, at the end. And basically he was saying that you are what all these other rap artists is trying to be like. So before all of that, he was just telling me, that's what you are. You're a rap star. You are something that all these hip hop artists is trying to become. And that is you right now at the stage that you at. Now, I do also have an alter ego by the name of Hurricane Cam. I came up with that. And that's based off of my influence with the whole G Unit. When Game split from G Unit back in 2005, he created a alter ego called Hurricane Game. And it was like relentless. But my, alter ego is more political. See, RapStarr, he's the hip hop artist. He's the one that walk around in, gold chains and, Kangol hats and everything and want to, move the party, move the crowd and be a lyrical MC, to where Hurricane Cam is the political rapper. He's the one that will tell you, yes, black, brown, and red lives do matter. All lives matter, but you can't have one life don't matter and everything. And I go into politics. I'm a political rapper as well. So it's just like
It's
two
like
sides of the
basically
same
you,
coin.
like you'd explained earlier, a diversity. So I get that. I mean, I'm hearing that. So let me ask
Yeah.
you something. Because there's there's different opinions on different artists, and every artist is entitled to their own opinion. And I like to get everyone's opinion,
Right.
because at this point, not everyone is the same. So I just
Mm-hmm.
want to ask you, what does hip hop mean to you?
Hip hop is a way of life. Hip hop is not a genre. It's not entertainment. It's a way of life. As far as me as an artist go, I have this conversation with dang near everybody. I have a conversation with when we talk about certain artists who use ghostwriters, and I say that's cheating. I say, me as a lyricist, me as a writer, I gotta struggle with writer's block. I gotta struggle with, certain things like not coming up with, a storyline, or coming up with a subject for a song, or trying to rewrite some stuff because I know I can do better. Like all the struggles of actually being a writer I had. So when I hear hip hop artists having, ghost writers and they're being labeled top 5 dead or alive, and I'm like, that can't be. Like I just can't see that. You can't go, a graffiti artist can't say that he's a graffiti artist, and yet there's somebody else's name that's tagged on it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A
Right.
person who's a b-boy can't say that they the best b-boy out there. You never seen this guy do any spin moves at all. You know what I'm saying? You can't, have nobody say that they the best DJ ever. Meanwhile, somebody else's hands is on the records. So
Right.
why is it different when it comes to MCing?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that, there aren't no MCs that can move the crowd without their words, but I feel like hip hop is an autobiography. It's literally a story telling by you, rather if it's in a first person or you using a third person, you just telling the story, but it's from your own thing. And I
Right.
think a lot of people misunderstand it because they say, well, hip hop is just entertainment. It's just entertainment. It's just rap. I'm like, no, it only been entertainment once hip hop started being marketable. That's how hip hop started being entertainment. I said, but other than that, I was like, you can't tell me that, in the early stages of hip hop, this was all just entertainment, because you got to think hip hop was coming out of the ashes of the Black Power movement.
And this is the thing, I
So
mean, don't get me wrong, but it's also, to me, on my opinion, because, everybody's entitled to their own, but hip hop to me is a culture, is a way of life. It's basically, it's a seasoning to all seasons. Like, that's how I see it. I'm hip hop to the core. I love hip hop. And I love all artists, mainstream artists. I mean, I have a few that I could honestly say that, yeah, they paved the way for so many. And I thank them because, we could be able to have opportunities like artists such as yourself that could be able to express and put their music down on a daily basis, or whatever it is that they're feeling, or even for the matter, because sometimes you could end up going through stuff in your own personal life, and you could put it down on paper, and doesn't necessarily have to be in details, but basically to explain your story.
right.
my question is because, there's always been a controversy. And I mean, I have an answer for anything, for everything. Pause, because people that know me know how I am. Diva speak real. So it's all real here on NYC Flavor. That's how we do. But my question to you is, what do you think about today's hip hop? I look at his face. Now, remember, you're speaking your own opinion. This is your opinion.
I'll say it like this. If anybody had the choice, had the chance of listening to Jada Kiss's Letter to Big, and within the verse, he's talking to Big, and he says in the verse that, rappers today become a lot successful, but the heart's a lot weaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I feel about today's hip hop. You don't have hip hop like as a movement. Like, I'll give you one example. How many female hip hop artists out there that we could say that is actually moving collectively together?
I would say a few, but they really don't. I would say a few because, to be honest with you, I mean, you may have maybe one or two here that are still probably bickering with each other, but that's neither here nor there. Because, once COVID hit, everything dead all that.
Right.
A unity started to escalate once all of that hit. So, my opinion, to be honest with you, okay, is really that there are artists out there that are willing to unite. You understand? But, we got to deal with COVID. We got to deal with all the stuff that's going with the pandemic. So I trust the fact that I know they do. But my question to you, you could freely answer. Go ahead, because I know you. I want to see what you got to say.
I'm trying to like, okay. So it's like the point that I was just trying to make with the female MCs is that in the industry, there's a cookie cutter situation with both men and women. So when you see the current hip hop artists, the current female hip hop artists, which I gain respect of Megan Thee Stallion because she went to college and graduated, and I'm all about education. I graduated 2014, but the image of it would be the complete opposite. Like, it's like people don't know. Back in the day, like in the 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s, if a person was educated, it said so in their lyrics. Like, people don't know that, what's his name? Was it the RZA? Who has like a degree in physics.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Just came out with a new album. Shout out to RZA because he just came out with a new album.
Respect, woo.
Yeah.
So it's like, artists, they kind of like have, like, now I understand people are duplicitous and we got, so many different sides to us. But as a hip hop artist, are we willing to actually not show the people that who actually we are, rather than have like an image? So it's like, one of my favorite records is the Brandy song, Down Remix, with Yo-Yo, with MC Light, with Queen Latifah. All of them. Back in the 90s, we had so many different female hip-hop artists that you could have a pick of them. Whatever your flavor was, Lauryn Hill, you can go to different things. Rod Digger, there was Left Eye. You had so many different choices. Angie Martinez, Little Kim, Foxy Brown. But it seems like in the industry today, they take these females and they put them only in a certain light so they can get that exposure. Even with the men too, because I still get clowned for wearing baggy jeans. I get clowned from wearing fitted hats. I get clowned from not wearing skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that I can't see myself in just because this is the trend. I'm comfortable this way. I look good this way. So I'm like, I'm not going to try to change just because this is the style out. Me, I'm the type of person where I don't care if I'm going to the store buying some bread. I gotta look good. I gotta be jeweled up. I gotta look the best that I can be, because I don't know who I'm gonna run into. I see guys wearing the sweatpants and the Nike slides with the socks on, and it be 20 below zero, and I'm like, I can't get jiggy with that. I
But
can't.
I'm gonna be
That,
honest with you, because it's not even so much as the clothes. It's more like the representation of yourself, your character,
right.
basically your personality, and what you could deliver to this industry and basically to the table. So I
Hmm.
mean, at this, you gotta have a full package. That's how it is these
Right.
days. They're not gonna acknowledge anyone that basically just come. Oh, okay. You know how many mainstream artists that we know at this point and haven't still to this day haven't even been acknowledged to the point of
Yeah.
their music and their categories and what they put out. So this is why I
Yeah.
say, to each is his own, but also on another level, because I'm very optimistic. I'm very I like to be
Well,
optimistic and give people that opportunity. It's only right, because I'm not one-sided. I can't be one-sided when it comes to hip hop. Hip hop is a
mm,
way of life. Hip hop is what
it
you
is.
choose to live by, what you choose to hear. I
Mm,
just, to be honest with you, I get it that there's a lot of individuals that they state a lot that hip hop, the music of today, is trash. I
yeah.
don't believe so. I don't believe so.
I
I'm
don't
just
believe it's.
basically,
I
I mean,
said.
my
I said.
opinion is this. This is my opinion, because we're discussing this, so we definitely going to keep getting deep into it. But my opinion is, I don't think that it's trash. It's just that there are a lot of artists that are getting a lot more leniency than others that have the experience. So maybe some of those that don't have that much the experience, but may have the talent and may have the look. You never know. It works vice versa. It's
Mhm.
very, very, how could I say? It's like I said, it's a very tricky business. So I could basically be a singer, right? But I might not be a good singer. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm a good singer only because I have a good feature or face and a female, and you already know a body because of a female, you understand? They're gonna put me up there. They're gonna basically do God knows to make sure, tweak my music, make sure I sound good to put me up there. Understand
Mhm.
there's going to be a lot of that, but then there's also a lot of talent that hasn't been acknowledged, that hasn't been, with people with experiences, that have degrees, that have their, stuff they order, that have a good, mentality and a good intellect with them, and willing to have that hunger to go further. So
Right.
it's just really, it like I said, it weighs over whether what you're putting into for yourself, for your career, for your music, for your fan base. What are you creating yourself?
Right.
Which steps you need to be taken, and who you should be dealing with, because you know how it is with this business. You just can't deal with just anybody.
It's politics too, because what I recently found out. I mean, I knew this, but I dealt with it firsthand. Um, it's politics. So I've been doing music reviews, until the release of my record. I've been, submitting my stuff to music reviews, trying to get the people to see what they like, what they don't like. And one time I submit my records to a down south music review, and they played like what 20 seconds of it, not even 20 seconds of it, and they just turned it off. It was just trash. I don't want to hear it.
See, now this is
But
the thing. That's the thing. That's why I have to cut you up. I'm sorry, dear, but I get what you're saying. On NYC Flavor, we don't do that, because
right,
I get
right,
people. I see, this is the thing, because I know what it is for these artists that are out there, and very talented, because there's a lot of talented people out there. It's just it amazes me how I'm like, oh my God, these people are so talented. How come they're not being acknowledged? And it kills me, because I'm like, okay, you know what? This is the whole purpose why I started this show. I started the show wasn't really for me. It's
right,
not for me. This show is really belongs to artists, musicians, dancers, models, all entrepreneurs that basically have been a part of this show. And I could name you a whole list of them, but there's not enough time for that.
right. And the thing about it is the reason why they cut it off was because because they're down south. And I'm not saying all down south, but because they're from down south, they're only recognizing a certain sound. Because as soon as they heard me, start to spit bars, they said, "Get that New York stuff out of here. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear that." Then in the comments, they talking about how they put Scarface, a rapper, above Tupac and Tupac and Biggie, which I can't argue with them with that. That's their
Yeah. Yeah.
perspective. And I like Scarface, so I can't hate. But it's like because they only want to hear songs that you can shake your dreads to and go wild and whoop, start to sweat and everything like that. And these guys was kind of unprofessional too, because they're toting guns in the background, and I'm like, y'all doing that and somebody accidentally gets shot, then what? So,
Well,
but I'm
I
like,
mean, this is the reason why, you know, the industry's being really picky about who they choose to put on the limelight. And don't get me wrong, shout outs to Remy Ma, shout outs to Cardi B, shout outs to them females that basically still doing their thing for these females as well. Shout outs to them. Okay, let's get back to it. Now, I'm about to play, no, not your new release. You're going to introduce the first track you sent to me.
all right. This track right here has been released today on my birthday.
No. Wait, this is not the new release. It's not the new one. That one I'll play afterwards.
Okay, okay. Okay.
The other one.
All right. This is 90s Baby. This track right here, oh man. Shout out to Lily the Goddess. This is RapStarr featuring Lily the Goddess, produced by Tia Sound Off. Yes, a female producer's beat. She's amazing. She's one of the best producers I ever worked with. She's bar none, hands down, one of the best. And this song is called 90s Baby. And it's a representation of me. You know, I got the 90s Baby chain right there. And anybody.
What's the title again? What's the title again?
90s Baby.
90s Baby. Let's start it.
Yes. Yep. That's what it is. Everybody, check it out.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy RapStarr. This is dedicated to anybody who was born in the 90s, from the 9-6 to the 9-9. This is dedication from the 1996. I'ma take you back in time, so don't slip in the hood. Like Kilo, going, we start rapping Steelos, fucking that, homie, we were all that. Can't tell me the 90s wasn't the decade. Ain't throwing no kisses, no kiss on no shade. Around the same time, doctors started pushing out. Hands up, RapStarr, bring it back the night again. Learn chronic, don't stand on the morning. See my fist low and more brave the Sonic. This is for my 90s brothers. We all of that. I do it for my 90s sisters. The Padres and the Netters. We all of that. So sit still, cause we coming right back.
There, 90s Baby, folks, tune in, chime in, so this brother some support. It's basically that track was 90s Baby, and here, first time on NYC FLAVA. I got one question for you though.
What's that?
Have you been on any other interviews aside from this one?
Yes, I have been in many interviews. Interviews.
Okay. So you know that the next track, you already know what you're gonna do, right? Before I let you go in, hold on, wait a minute. Diva's gonna put some stepping in it. Now, this is what's gonna happen. I need you, because I do this to everyone. You're not special. I gotta do it for everyone. I'm so sorry. I know it's your birthday. Happy birthday. But I need a quick freestyle coming from you right now.
Okay. Let's see.
We got 4 minutes. I gotta play your track and end this. Let's go.
Okay. Rolling at Jamaica 50. Well, listen to 50. Don't make me get busy with them 9 millions. You feel me? I'm higher than the heavens. Even Zeus and Hades feel me with the pen or the pistol. I'm a warrior like Achilles. You say you is a gangster, but homie, I know you're lying. I don't gotta be from Queens to get rich or die trying. Cause I'm the new breed. Homie, I'm hardcore. Had people beg for mercy for my wrath, for my hunger for more. I'm a young buck, but I ain't straight out of Cashville. See me in a couple of years riding in the Coupe de Ville. You can't deny it. RapStarr, he got the skills. Prepare for the rap. When to shoot to kill, right hand over the wheel. Latina right in the passenger. Using my documentary when I released the massacre. Man, it got me paranoid. Everybody be scheming. Roll a twist of smoke and everybody's marijuana dreaming. Go off the microphone from the top of the dome. I'm like Macaulay Culkin. I'm going off. You see me home alone going off the top of the phone. Everybody know that I'm about to go. Freestyling.
All right. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna put no more pressure. No more pressure. I ain't gonna put no more pressure. Shout out to RapStarr
You
for that
made me
basically
work.
live
You
freestyle.
made me work for my birthday. You made me work.
Hey, listen here, man. That's what it's all about. Work. When it comes to this business, you're gonna be prepared to get worked on. That's how it is. And
Oh yeah,
don't get me
yeah.
wrong. I mean, you know, you're a cool dude, but I like to do that on a regular with all my artists. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing an interview
And
like
that's
that,
cool.
because they gotta come correct. I mean, this is NYC Flavor. We go
And that's
hard
it.
here.
And
We go
and
hard
like I
here.
said, that's cool. This is the reason why I watch Hot 97. Like I said, go to Funk Flex, watch G Unit, and then how they had the freestyles and everything all through it. I'm accustomed to it. It's just copy out
That's cool.
gorgeous now.
So I'm
But
gonna give you
yeah,
a
I'm
quick
accustomed to
advice
it.
before we get into your next track. Stay authentic. Stay authentic, okay? All right, so let's get into the next track. Before we do, I have to say this because I have way too many of my peoples on my page, and then we have to acknowledge them for it, Shout outs to all our ancestors that paved the way for Black History Month. Shout outs to all our people. Much love to those that are still, in the struggle. And, we here, we love you no matter what, okay? No matter what. I love my people. I love them. All right, let's get to it. I mean, where was I? Okay. Introduce your new release, my dear.
This sound, man, this is called Power to My People. This is an anthem for the Black, brown, and the red people, man. We talking about this is perfect for Black History Month. So this is my new single right now, and it's going to be up and popping. Everybody get your hands up. This is an anthem.
Let's go.
I want to make an anthem. Okay. Like, remember when rappers had anthems? Yeah, I remember. I want to create or recreate that move. Okay. Something like, kick that shit. Power to my people, because my people got power. Power to my people, because my people got power. Power to my people got power. My people got power. The whole world is ours. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. My people got power. The whole world is ours. So call Boricuas, Morenos, Nativos, no Chicano, Mexicano, or the Latinos. You know I do it for my black and brown hermanos. So let's shout it all the way to the Sao Paulo. Power to my people have power. Every other day we taking a heated shower. No racist, the hypocrites, the punk is cowards. We don't doubt, we multiply by the hour. Go ahead, do it again, pump your fist. It's time to show these what it is. So tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Come in. Then straight to number, so let's handle bad. The revolution will be televised. Wise, no TV gas, first person narrative. The cameraman just right outside. Soldiers, all information marching in a perfect line. My people so extraordinary, so resilient. Been in every sense. So brilliant. I ain't down with that fuck shit. You ain't down with that fuck shit. Respect me with a buck shit. Salute to the youth of now. Juries are waiting for that justice. No way you can touch this. No way you can hush this. Governments all corrupted. It's the R to the A to the P. SCA to the all times two. I'm fighting for you, and you. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. My people got power. The whole world is ours. All for one, all for just one for all. Together we stand. The better we fall, you ain't down with the cause. Then go get your hike on. I'm Huey P. Newton with a Pittsburgh fitted on. Afro-body what? I'm way strong. I'm Shasha Yamenese with a bulletproof vest on. This is for my hit day. The show, our better day. Strive for greatness. Let nothing get in your way. Wanna buy some land, wanna buy the state. This financial growth, homie, it starts today. We the blacks, we the reds, we the browns, say it loud. Power to my people got power. Power to my people
Yeah.
Power to my people. My people got power. My people got power. The whole world is ours. Power to my people. To my people got power. Power to my people. To my people got power. Power to my people. To my people.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
The whole world is ours.
Much love to him, RapStarr. Power to your people. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. You got to be able to give people their power, their knowledge, their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not one entity. It's all of us in a unity, you know? And we all need to be able to acknowledge that, you know? Tell the people where they can find your track at, because we got a few of them that are really interested. Shout out to my brother on the check-in, Wendell, Mr. Peteski. I see you, sir. I mean, I'm telling you, they're coming in. And believe it or not, some of them are not coming in and they're just watching from the side, but they watching. Let the people know more or less where they can find your music.
Pandora. I just searched. My wife and we just searched it. It was on Pandora. You can hit me up on Pandora. Just type in RapStarr, Power to the People. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Shazam.
Is it on Apple
YouTube.
Music?
It's on Apple Music. There's like this on Napster. It's like about 15 to 20 different music outlets that is actually on there. It's just like my distributor is CD Baby, so they offer all of these people, you know, all of these different networks to go and stream my music, and it's also going to be on a CD and vinyl. I don't know when that's going to come about, but that's one of the deals that I was offered with CD and vinyl. So you can find it anywhere now. It's out. It was out since I want to say midnight of this morning. So anybody, you know, stream it, play it. You know, this is an anthem for us. You know, we need a song at this moment, you know, for us. Everything that's been happening with, you know, our country and, you know, different other things that's happening and everything. We need a place that we can sit down and listen to some music that's dedicated to us, you know. I want the same people. I want the same people. Like when I feel bad, or I feel like I'm stressed out, I go and I listen to Sounds of Blackness. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll go listen to La Lupe, or I'll go listen to Saya Cruz. You know, these people that I, you know, follow back and be like, okay, I need to chill out with. I want somebody who's feeling like they having a bad day, or I want somebody who's feeling like, you know, they can't take it no more. They feeling stressed out. I want them to listen to my music, because at the same time, I'm a college educator, graduated and everything. Within 16 tracks on this album, I want to feed the world quick. The same knowledge that you acquire by going to college for 4 years, or 2 years for an associate, 4 years for a bachelor's, and any other years if you want to continue to go to graduate school. I want that to be the reason people listen to my music. The same knowledge you acquire from that.
I don't want you to give in too much, because I want them to follow you. I want them to be able to download your music. I want them to be able to get to know you. So follow that dude right there, RapStarr. Thank you for showing up on NYC FLAVA. You are now a part of NYC FLAVA family, okay? Just so you know. And whenever you have new music, anything that you got coming about, shout out to your producer, shout out to those that basically work with you on the tracks, and shout out to your career. Happy birthday to you too. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody show him his flowers, man. I mean, this guy's working hard, okay? I appreciate you, and I'll keep in contact with you. I got to cut you off because I got to find out, you know, I got to finish off the song. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Stay in touch. And listen, do you got something new coming?
I do got something new coming. I got a few tracks, and once I do that, I'm not sure if I want to release them as singles or actually have a body of work or collectively, because I am working on an EP called 90s Baby. And, you know, it's going to be, I already got some hits that are already mixed and mastered. I just got to put all of them together and see if I can do more. So,
well, when you ready to send all that out and you ready to have all that ready, you already know how to reach out to Miss Diva on NYC FLAVA. We got you here. You got a home here, okay? This is an underground radio, and this is all for unsigned artists. We show nothing but love. Much love to you. God bless, and stay tuned, man.
Thank you.
There.
New York City.
Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you. I will.
All right,
Thank
peace.
you. One.
Man, listen, I want to shout out everyone else that tuned into the show. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Understand that I will be keeping in contact with that brother there. That's what you call inspiration, okay? Happy birthday to that brother. Happy birthday to Kid Capri and his daughter as well. Happy birthday to even my homie. I'm going to say he on the live, okay? Sonny, happy birthday, dude. I'll be talking to you soon. Much love to everyone. I got to get off this live. I got to go holler and get on their app and show one of my DJs some love. The King Dip. So I got to go get my dip on. Peasky, let's go. I'll meet you there, okay, baby? I'll see you there in a little bit. Much love to everyone. Thank you for tuning in for NYC Flavor. Stay safe, but much love. But make sure you have the love in your heart for music. NYC Flavor, baby. Peace.